Oh, give me a headache.
Yeah, it's so fucking bloated.
Can you listen to that shit?
Technologically, we're like in the 1970s with our audio. So awful.
I think I'm gonna blow up. My head's gonna explode.
That's enough of that.
Oh my!
No more.
Spare my eardrum.
Thanks for the suggestion, Leonard.
New rule tonight.
What?
We're all going to try to speak one at a time.
Okay.
Because Brad and I have both been getting messages about how it's unbearable when, especially when you're here, when we all try to speak over each other. So I'm going to try to be like a conductor tonight at a symphony, using my finger to point to who's talking.
Okay.
So we're going to give that a shot. What is this, 39 or 40?
This is number 40. How do you say 40 in Spanish, Jason, since you're
right.
Since you're fluent
I
in
don't
Spanish?
know. Fuck off.
That's two things turning 40 this month.
That's right. November, one more day.
Oh, that's right. One more day to go.
Tomorrow you're 40. Wow.
No. The month of November.
Yeah. Forgot it's the 31st. Hello, Leonard.
Hey, just getting back off an exciting weekend. Thank you, Adam McLeod. I enjoyed it. Got to spend and rub elbows with the NWO.
Yeah, we do have to thank Adam McLeod. That was very nice of him hooking that up. Even though those fucking guys were duds,
They were fucking
we didn't
horrible.
know. We came in having no expectations. So, well, Leonard, you kind of called that. You thought it was going to be like that.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Felipe for the wonderful lunch.
Yeah, at the Big Easy, Felipe.
And I take a rain check on that trip to Brazil with you.
When does he want to take you to Brazil?
He'll let me know.
Yeah, he was. I thought he did.
And we ran into Misfit Maniac Jack Stein, who put on 20 pounds of muscle.
You look totally different, actually.
He was at the Ruby competing in the men's bikini division, but he redeemed himself. He stopped in. He lives right around that Felipe's restaurant, which is right around the corner from Hulk Hogan's Beach Shop. I suggest everybody go there.
So the NWO trip was originally supposed to be me, Brad, and Lenny. I found out Friday, the day before, I had to work Saturday because there were a bunch of events happening that I had to handle. So I gave my ticket to Jason, and we were going to use the first part of this podcast for you guys to kind of talk about how the whole NWO experience was. Jason, you were pretty pissed off when you talked about it in the Halloween video. What was your impression of it?
They were just boring. They had no enthusiasm. They were like, oh, I don't want to be here. Get the fuck out.
That's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
You know, they had the way it was set up on both sides of the building. They had one line for the photo op, another line for autographs. Now, come to find out, the photo op was $200 a person. The fucking autographs were $250 a person. So you can imagine there wasn't a big fucking turnout because most people in their right mind aren't fucking paying that. Especially when you get in there, they fucking tell us, oh, no cameras, no pictures of your own. They had a camera guy there. So we were, right off the bat, we were fucking annoyed. And what they were doing was just ushering people in, bringing them up to where they're standing, take the pic, shake your hands, say hello, now get out.
Get the fuck out. Like, treat you like cattle.
That's what they were doing with everybody. We stayed in there and fucked around a little bit because we're idiots, but...
Like, I could say myself, they can go, the NWO can go fucking blow weed for all I care.
You were so pissed. You didn't get any footage. I snuck a couple little clips, but, I mean, there was not much to do, and they were not... You know, it would be... I would understand if they were trying to get everybody in and out, if there was a huge crowd waiting, but, you know, those lines were done by, 7:15, and it was supposed to go on till 8. Now, the rest of we stayed in there till, like, an extra 15 minutes till, like, 7:30, and they did not want to fucking mingle with anybody. They separated themselves. Hogan looked a little bit more enthusiastic than the other two because he's more personable. But those two guys...
Hulk Hogan's very friendly.
Well, yeah. Hulk Hogan also remembered you guys from Port Charlotte.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he said, you guys pipe down or I'm going to call Mel.
What do you mean, pipe down? Shit, it was like a fucking nursing home in there.
Yeah, it was.
Jimmy Hart's telling me I can't get another picture.
Lenny just
Fucking
right
you,
by
mouth
him.
of the South.
Yeah. And then I get in there. I wanted to get my niece and nephew a shirt because they like the wrestling shit, and they're like, "Oh no, we're not selling merch." I'm like, this is a store that sells. You're not selling merch. Oh, what is this Brazilian bitch that was guiding the line? This fat, ugly fuck, and she's like, "Oh, what shirt do you want?" I'm like, "I don't know. What you have a bunch of shirts in here. Oh, you want the one I'm wearing? Yeah, the one you're wearing. Okay, what sizes?" And act annoyed about it. I'm not asking for you to give them to me for free, which you fucking should. After, you pay $200 a head, you should at least get a shirt instead of one pick. But whatever.
We were all under the impression it was basically going to be like a meet and greet.
Right. That's
kind of like when we hung out with Hulk backstage in Port Charlotte with Mel Chancey.
Yeah, I thought it would be allowed to ask questions. I had a few questions. I never got the opportunity to do that. And if I asked them, I don't think I would have got any response.
No, they were just trying to, Lenny tried to get, you got Scott Hall to flick toothpicks at you, which he was very hesitant to do that. It's like he didn't.
Because he was drunk, I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he's off all that shit.
I doubt it.
It doesn't matter.
I told him to flick the pick.
I didn't hear Kevin Nash say one fucking word.
What an
He was
asshole.
silent the whole fucking time.
In the little footage that I saw, it looks like they just stood there like statues.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. They did not want to be there. Matt McLeod's got a clip along the lines of, let me read it.
Usually when I'm stuck at work and I know you guys are all out doing something that could be Menti or filming, I almost feel left out. I'm like, shit, I'm stuck at work while they're all out doing
it's
something.
understandable.
But this time I'm not upset that I missed out. Now that I know what I know, usually I'll feel badly.
Yeah, he said he got a video of Scott Hall saying something like, fuck it, no one is here.
And he told me
really?
Scott Hall pushed him from behind. Almost knocked him on his keister.
Yeah, they were after you take your pick, they wanted you to get out of the store. I stayed in there. Leonard went outside, and then he's like looking in at us. I'm like, come back in here. And they were like holding the door not to let people back in. But everybody was just leaving and leaving. That was it. Take your pick.
And one
get the fuck
gentleman,
out.
when he, just that little pick, he walked out of the store, looked at everyone, said, "Now I can die."
Yeah. It's fucking
Like it was a thrill of his lifetime. Now I can die.
Can you fucking imagine?
I can see me saying that after I met Christina, but
I think I had that on. I think I was filming that. Did you see that clip where Leonard calls the guy
Yes.
a cookie cutter?
Yes.
Shut up, you cookie cutter.
Yeah.
But as we were in line, the people that were going in, they were coming out before we even got in the store. So that's how quick they were moving that line along. And it was like, dude, are you fucking joking? It just... And we talked to Hogan's handler, the guy Ron that we met at Mel Chauncey's thing, and Adam was asking if we could get a few more minutes. He's like, "No, we're too busy." They had a bunch of belts on the floor that they had to sign still. He's like, "Oh, we got too much to do. They got to sign all those belts." Meanwhile, they're just standing there, and then they got pissed at Lenny for going up a second time.
yeah, who's going to stop me?
Exactly.
I bet Hulk Hogan would have hung out with you guys for a few minutes.
he seemed cool. He remembered us.
Yeah.
Well, he's really hobbling around now.
Yeah.
Previously from 2 years ago. But
Yeah.
those are big men. I mean,
Yeah, they're
still, they dwarfed us. It's like the feeling I
Giants,
got
yeah.
with Brian Knobs, or what's his name? Brian.
Shaw.
Yeah, Brian Shaw.
The Instagrammers have already memed Brad into like a dwarf
That's
next
so
to all of
fucking
them.
funny. I love it.
Fucking
It's
great.
so funny. Who gives a shit? But yeah, whatever. You live and learn. Hopefully McLeod got those tickets for free and didn't pay for them. Because that was a fucking ripoff, if you ask me.
Yeah, 5 of those tickets. Phew.
Please. Whatever. Could have been a lot better. Like I said, if it, since there was less people there, they could have actually interacted with us a little bit.
It would have been to their advantage, but they could just
Or
tell.
even to the other fans.
I think they were promised a certain percentage each, you could tell, and they were just,
Pissed.
fuck it,
Well-
we're making shit out of this.
And something I mentioned in the Jason Halloween video, you guys went at the very end of the event. So by that point in time, they probably all just had one foot out the door and were ready to leave. If you had gone to one of the earlier things that they had going on. And what time did that whole thing start? 10 a.m., 11 a.m.?
11, but the 11 to 3 thing was just a Q&A where they sat on a stage and Jimmy Hart was running around in the audience, and I heard it was less than 100 people. And he was just running up there with a microphone, having the people stand up and ask questions, and that was it.
They probably all checked out mentally by about 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Couldn't wait to leave.
But still, if this is the only time you're doing it, it's been however many years since they're together, have a little fucking enthusiasm.
But there was a maniac couple that came up and said that they actually, when Jimmy Hart put the microphone in his face, he goes, I was here to see the Delray Misfits, not you guys.
Where are they at?
Make a shout out to him, by the way. Funny
What's
guy.
his name again? He was wearing the clown shirt. Did he say
I
his name
saw
in
him
the video?
in the video. I'd have to go rewatch the clips.
He called Jay the bedroom blueberry.
Very funny guy.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. It was different.
You win some, you lose some.
That's all.
It.
That's why you can't have any expectations going in. I'm just
There'll be another event.
Commenting. I'm just reviewing the whole scenario. I think they could have done a better job of interacting with their fans that actually did show up. They totally dropped the ball on that. So if they do it in any other city, don't go for it. That's all I'm saying.
Or they can order 66 by the Lord.
I don't think they'll ever do that shit again. You want to order 66?
Now's your chance,
NWO?
Jason.
NWO, order 66 your candy ass.
Is that our first official podcast, Order 66?
Yes.
I don't think we've ever done one on the podcast.
NWO must taste my wrath.
I don't know what that means. But
I would exclude Hogan out of that. I would tell
Not Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash.
Hall and Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, order 66 your candy, and Jimmy Hall for Jimmy Hart talking shit to Lenny.
Jimmy Hall.
Stay home. Next time, stay home, you two assholes. Hogan's better on his own anyway. He doesn't need those fucking guys dragging him down. It's not impressed.
Hogan's way better than those guys.
Yeah, you could kind of tell he wanted to interact, but those other guys were just not having it.
Statue faggots. Look like a bunch of clowns to me.
So I have a question. If we're done talking about that, I have a question for everyone here. I got into a disagreement with a coworker earlier this week, and I want all your opinions. He's an avid tennis player, and he insists that playing a game of tennis, a good competitive match, is cardio. And I told him absolutely not. I said it's good exercise and you're going to burn calories, but it's not cardio.
What an
and
idiot.
He said, yes, it is. It's cardio, bro. It's cardio. You don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, no. I'm like, in the true definition of the word cardio, the technical medical definition or whatever you want to call it, said tennis is not cardio. Am I wrong?
You're wrong. You're right.
Do you agree with me?
That's not cardio.
Jason, we'll start with you.
That's not cardio. That's just sprinting around like an idiot on a court.
Well, I mean...
Well, get more... Can you elaborate?
It's not like cardio like running uphill or doing sprints or doing cardio playing basketball or in the gym.
There's too much downtime. You
Yeah,
know, in between points, you're just standing there.
Like an idiot.
It depends on the definition of cardio. If your heart rate is a certain level.
Do you keep
and
your
a
heart rate...
sustained amount of time.
Correct.
So you're saying since your heart rate goes down...
Right.
Very ineffective if you're looking at that.
My understanding, and anyone, feel free to tell me if I'm an idiot and I'm wrong, but my understanding of the word cardio is if your heart rate is at or above a certain level, I don't know, 120, 130, for at least X number of minutes, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, I don't know what that is. And it just seems to me like, almost like when you play baseball or even football, there's a lot of time where you're just standing there in between points. The person misses the first serve, and they have to pick up the ball and hit the second one.
I consider a football game almost like a set where you're doing 8 or 10 seconds of play, and then you're resting a few minutes, and then you're doing the next play. Of course, a no-huddle offense and such would make it a little more intense. But
my coworker got so bent out of shape about it, and I was like, dude, relax, man. It's not, I know you love the game of tennis, but so I just thought I'd bring it up tonight. Change things up here a little bit.
That's a good question. I mean, I don't think anybody after playing tennis for an hour is going to want to go do cardio.
I don't think you feel like your heart is pounding out of your chest after playing 6 sets of tennis.
I've never played tennis.
I'm shocked.
I haven't played. 24 years ago was the last time I played.
I mean, of course, I've been on a tennis court and fucked around, but never seriously
What do you mean
played.
fucked around?
Just hit,
Been on a tennis court.
just hitting the ball around a little bit, but not
Doing
actually
what?
not actually playing the game. Well,
Skateboarding, probably.
Yeah, whatever. But you know what I'm saying.
Just having a rally with somebody.
yeah,
back
exactly.
And forth.
Just to see, But I don't like it,
Why not?
Just didn't. I don't know why. Why don't you like golf?
It's a waste of time.
Huh? It's okay. So
It's
I think
irrelevant.
tennis is a waste of time. And
It's
irrelevant.
meaningless.
I can't even watch tennis.
Why would you waste calories swinging a stick?
Waste calories.
Waste time.
I have another question. This one's for you, Lenny. I've been meaning to ask you this one now for months because it keeps getting sent to me and I keep forgetting to ask it just because I'm old and probably senile. Lenny, here in Australia, there is a lady, by the way, this comes from Jesse on Facebook. Lenny, here in Australia, there is a lady that lives on the West Coast that breastfeeds her baby at the age of 7. She says that it relaxes her son that has autism. What do you think about the whole situation? Do you think a woman should be breastfeeding their baby at 7? I think it probably relaxes the woman more than it relaxes the son.
Absolutely not. I think she should be charged with pedophilia.
This is disgustingly
She's getting off on it. And women
Yeah, you can't breastfeed
nowadays,
a kid at
since they're being raised on internet porn at the touch of a button, are doing more perverted things than ever before I've seen on the internet. Stories that'll blow your mind.
Well, how do people know she's doing it? Is she doing it out in public?
She's probably doing it live on Instagram or other such.
Broadcasting it?
Yes.
Trying to put in people's faces?
Yes.
I don't know, man. Or it's the kid telling his friends or teach. Because at that age, when kids are that age, they tell everything. They repeat everything. They
that's true.
fucking say,
Mommy lets me suck her nipple.
Exactly. Mommy still lets me breastfeed. Yeah.
Well, there's in Japan, like I reiterated before, a mother would give her son oral sex for good grades up until the teenage years. That's an absolute
Where was
fact.
this?
Japan. That's a fact. It was done
If I lived in Japan,
when the American
I would have gotten better
the
grades
American
in high
forces
school.
went after they occupied the Empire of Japan after they surrendered in 1945. That was discovered a lot, and Americans reported on that. Yes.
I'd have been a straight A student.
That's sick.
Well, it's a culture, and it happened. Like I was talking about Brad, you can look up online a way of certain tribes in Africa milk cows.
Jason, put
There's a
down
woman
your
came
phone.
up and slicked the cow's ass, blew air up the cow's ass. Yeah, the cow took a shit, and she put her mouth right back on it, was blowing air and licking the cow's ass, and then she milked it. That's how you induce milking.
Just said this on my
and
live.
certain tribes do that.
I heard it.
And look it up. I was shocked, but I saw it. After that cow took a dump, that woman put her mouth right back up in there. Because you need milk for the next day. And apparently the cow produces milk after this, getting air blown up her ass.
Well, the next time women want to complain about inequality here in America, let them take a look at that.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
And my question to Leonard was, how does that even show up on your feed, and what would make
Yeah,
you
I heard
look
you
that
ask
No, it's
that.
not a band feeder. It's not even a best score feed. It's just a regular curiosity type thing.
Wow.
You're curious about bestiality too?
It's not bestiality. They want milk. And that's how you get a cow produces milk.
Did they ever try?
I think they produce it other ways than getting, air
That's-
blown up their
That's a
asshole.
tradition
You're blown.
in
your
African
ass.
tribes that have been going on for years and still does to this day.
Well, some traditions can be broken.
Well, how do they know?
Yeah.
So they try squeezing the cow's teat, nothing comes out, and they go, "Let me try blowing into its ass."
Let me lick its asshole for a little bit.
Who thought of trying that?
Let's give it a little.
Oh, it's probably
that's
hundreds of years ago.
That's a tune-up, right?
Tune up.
Well, I considered a tune-up when
It's a form of a
I used
tune-up.
to, in
a
my
rusty
Grand Am,
trombone.
I used to put my seat back all the way. I'd turn around on all fours, and she would come up from behind and jerk me off and lick my
Rusty trombone.
All right, I don't need to.
Like really
need to-
hard.
He has to give us the visual.
Yeah, please. That's the last thing we want to see.
First time I had that done, I was like, oh man, this is great.
Times like that make me wish we filmed the podcast.
Dolores, thank you. I don't know where you are, but that was great.
Dolores.
Rhymes with clitoris.
You ever get a tune-up, Jason?
No, unfortunately not.
Unfortunately.
Oh, by the way, I
Got
was
a tune up at Lou's house.
yeah. Jason was getting turned on in the car at a explicit subject
No,
matter.
I didn't get turned
for the
on. I thought
ride
that was
back and-
disgusting.
What, from Orlando?
Jason, yeah, Jason was peeking up in the front.
What was on your phone?
I caught you peeking at what Lenny was watching.
No.
Spanish
It's on
trannies.
film, buddy.
Actually, her name is Nicole Pozzi or something. She may have been Italian, but she actually fucks herself in the ass. She sticks her dick all the way around and shoves it up.
With her
her
own
ass.
cock?
Right. So when you get the definition of go fuck yourself, she's the only one that could do it.
Yeah, that's that old saying that when somebody's giving you shake and your dick shut your ass off.
And she was blowing herself too, so imagine that. Just think, Jason, you blow yourself, but Jason was he's a naughty boy in the back seat.
Check,
No, I was
check
not.
your back seat
Yeah,
for some
I know.
DNA, Brad.
Don't worry. The very next day, I went and got my car detailed. You greasy fuck! You left your goddamn handprints all over the fucking mirror, all over the window, the door, the fucking seat.
Who cares?
I fucking care, you pig.
Piglet.
What was with the peanut butter all over your camera?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Jason, you naughty
I
boy.
saw that in
you.
the video clip Brad
The
filmed.
peanut butter was from the food in Vegas. When I ate at the hotel, I had peanut butter packs.
Wait, hold on. So that
Would you steal them from the fucking buffet or something?
Yeah.
that old peanut butter's been in your bag since the Vegas trip?
Yeah.
And it was caked onto that really nice, expensive not the piece of shit you use in the gym, but that really nice big camera.
Yeah.
That's how you take care of that?
Sorry. We
Why
don't
are
care.
you apologizing to us? It's
How'd
your
you get
camera.
that camera?
I got it online.
That's right. I remember you. I remember when you got that. You bought that with your own money, and that's how you treat it.
Who cares? We're freaks. We don't care about peanut butter all over our cameras.
Did you see the state of his fucking condo?
Even I was shocked.
That was great with the bags.
Who cares?
Jason, you have a whole
No.
GNC in that.
No, Lenny, what you said killed me when you said exterminator. What exactly are you trying to exterminate? The whole human race? I fucking died.
What struck me as particularly funny, Jason, of course, left a bunch of cans and his debris in the backseat of Brad's car. So we dropped Jason off, and Jason went in the house. Brad calmly picked up all those cans, walked right up to Jason's front door, and flung it at the door. And I hope you have it on film.
How many
It
cans
was
did you leave in his
hilarious.
back seat?
I didn't film that.
Did you leave cans in his back seat?
Yeah, a few.
Brad just flung them at the
He's
front door.
like a goddamn 11-year-old.
I'm a dumpster.
There was energy drinks and
You know what'll
everything.
happen? He'll go into his car 3 days later, and it'll be infested with ants.
Not my car. I cleaned that shit out the next day. I had to clean.
If you weren't prudent enough to clean it, like this
Yeah.
one here.
The dirt mop.
You
Odor
are
eater.
fucking filthy.
I'm an odor eater.
You couldn't even find a clean shirt to wear there.
Who cares?
so funny.
we don't care if we smell like stench.
That's probably why they got pissed off, because he was the first one to go up there and take a pic. They're probably like, oh my god, look at this fucking kid. Filthy
Brad's like,
fuck.
I got to get in there and film. Let me tell Jason you got to take a dump or something. And then we drop Jason off. He goes, I got to make another look-see, a go-round.
I doubt it's clean either.
It is, my friend.
Who cleaned it?
I cleaned it for a couple hours, a little bit.
A little bit. I bet you there's shit everywhere. You're such an animal.
He's an animal too. We live like.
But see, you can't just.
We're
That's a
both-
cop out. Oh, since Leonard lives like an animal, I can live like an animal.
Of course I can.
Well, your priorities.
It's eating, sleeping, and taking
Well,
drugs.
your
There you go.
priorities is being on your phone and the internet and that shit.
All that. Food, drugs, eating, everything, baby. Fuck cleaning. It's for pussies.
I challenge you to stay off
Lenny's shaking his head, yes.
all social media for 2 days. 48 hours.
I can't do it.
Why not?
Unfortunately, I can't.
It's good for you to do that sometimes.
Who cares?
You got to detox from that shit once in a while.
Brad, if Jason detoxes, you have to detox from something
That's fine.
for
What?
a couple days.
Oh, yeah, what?
Well, Lenny just got
You
so
don't want to
serious.
know.
Go ahead. Say it. I don't give a
A
shit.
lot of stuff is a whole list.
Okay, what's your list?
A lot of stuff.
More than a lot.
Say it.
Different things, just pills and smokes and
Pills? What
booze.
pills? I have to take some pills. The anastrozole I take twice a week. The Endol I
You take that twice a week?
What is that for?
Yeah.
What is that for?
Estrogen blocker.
Anastrozole. You take it after my shot, the day after my shot. B12 is a pill. Endol's a pill. What are you talking about? I don't take Adderall every day.
Who said that?
What were you?
You said it, Brad.
What other pills?
Freudian slip.
Hey, I'm honest about what I take.
That's a classic Freudian slip. You said what was on your mind and you didn't mean to say it.
No, I meant
That's
to say
actually
it.
the classic Freudian slip.
I meant to say it. Because that's the only pills that I take. I just named every pill that I take. So what else besides pills do I need to stop for 2 days?
You need to shave your beard.
Why do I need to shave my
To
beard?
see what you look like.
Jason, you get down to 10%, he'll shave his beard?
Yeah, I'm going to do it. He shaves his candy-ass beard
You
off.
need to get down to 10%.
Yeah.
I'm not agreeing to that.
Yes, you
You're
are.
not going to get to 10%.
I think you're safe, Brad.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
exactly.
You're not. You're wrong.
Here, I'll show
You're
you.
wrong.
I'll show you a picture of me without the beard.
Let's see what you look like.
Why haven't you shown us this before?
This is like 15 years old, though.
Ah!
I've had a beard for a long time. Let's see if I can find it.
Well, he had the thin, trimmed
Yeah,
one in the old videos.
Yeah, I used to shave it real quick with a one. Why do you want... You sound like my kid. My son always... Shave your beard. Shave your beard. I want to see what you look like without the beard.
Woo!
Oh, Jason, you're rupturing my
You look like your
eardrums,
I look
man.
like I'm 15 now.
Nature boy.
With your woos and your who cares. In addition to everyone who's listening to this.
I got a new language now. A new
my
Ewok
fucking
language. Woo!
Jesus Christ.
Let's see it, Brad. We're on a live podcast here.
Go ahead, keep
We haven't
talking.
got time for you to
Keep talking. I'm looking.
pitter
I don't think
around
I
on
don't
that
think
phone
I
of
have
yours.
it. I don't think I have it. It's all right.
After you get through all that pornographic filth that you got on there, maybe we'll...
Why don't we just...
Turn
That's when my son was like 6 months old.
Let me see.
How old are you?
I was 23. 17 years ago.
All we have to do is request one of our Photoshoppers on Instagram.
What year was that? 2000?
Somebody Photoshop Brad without a beard, please.
Not bad.
What year was that? 2000?
He was born in 2001. He just turned
You're
17
actually
last
a
week.
clean-cut young man back then.
We're looking at pictures here, folks. Oh, yeah.
Oh my
look at
God,
that.
he's young. Woo!
Oh my God, Jason, if you do that again, I'm going to strangle you with your mic cord.
That would be funny.
Please do.
Actually, that would be funny.
Babyface Brad.
Yeah.
We'll call him Babyface Nelson.
Who the hell? Who's Nelson?
A mafia person.
Who?
A mafia person from the 30s.
Why
That
Nelson?
was me.
He's-
That was me and Mike.
Nelson from the old gym videos?
no,
That's
Baby
Bumps.
No,
Nelson's
Mike.
a real mafia person.
Greg's
Babyface
older brother.
Nelson? Somebody fact
Remember he
check
came
that.
to that restaurant? He had the big beard? The doctor. That was us in...
Holy cow, Brad. What a babyface.
That was 99. I was almost 20. That was...
In 99, I was a real man.
Oh, wow, that's Mike right there on the right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Brad, if I saw you, I wouldn't even let you in a bar.
I know you believe that. I had a fake ID too. My older brothers.
A fake ID for what?
Well, actually, I had his license, so I can get into bars.
Which bar did you go to?
Not the Las Vegas Lounge. I didn't know about that when I was there. We used to go to a bar called the Double Down.
Still
That
exists?
sounds like a fucking gay
I think it
bar.
might still be there. It wasn't.
Double Down? That's queer.
Double your dosage.
The Double Down?
You never heard of Doubling Down?
It's a gay sex act from what I heard.
Oh, really?
It's a gay
That's
name.
the
It's homoerotic.
The double brown.
Double brownie.
That's what you're thinking about, you
Yeah.
sick fuck.
So what's on your mind, Jason? Anything else going on with you?
Who are you voting for this week, Jason?
I don't vote. I'm independent.
You can still vote if you're an independent.
I don't know who I want. I'm confused. I'm independent totally.
I can't wait till it's over.
You
man.
Republican or Democrat?
I don't know.
What do you lean toward?
I don't know. I'm independent. Independent's independent.
What are your thoughts on immigration?
I don't give a fuck. Who gives a fuck?
Open borders or strong borders?
Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. If the world's going to end
Be decisive.
The world's going to end
soon
He's
anyway.
right.
Who gives a care? We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, the sun will blow up in the next few years.
Brad, are you going to vote?
Of course. I have an
Who are you going to
absentee
vote for
ballot.
governor?
I got to look at the ballot. I'm going to write your name in, actually.
Oh,
You got to look at the ballot. There's only 2 people.
It's DeSantis versus a socialist.
And Andrew just said they're neck and neck now, believe it or not.
Yeah. Actually, Gillum was up a point. He could easily win.
That's
He
what-
wins. There'll be more people on the street. More people, there'll be total chaos. Much more crime.
And Donald Trump's not doing DeSantis any favors by running his mouth, calling Gillum a stone-cold thief when he's got no proof. He needs to shut up and let the Republicans just fight their own fights, and they'll win on their own accord.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, to see the problem.
He's sabotaging them.
I can't wait for this shit to be over because every day we get stacks of fucking political mail, and it's such fucking ridiculous shit. It's
You have
not.
to
It's not
deliver
like
it.
there's probably 1 out of 5 ads that these guys send out is what they're gonna do. The rest of them are just slandering the other person.
Right.
That's such a dirty business, man. It's so dirty. You probably get flyers as a registered voter.
Not only that, I also get text messages too.
It's so fucking annoying.
I get about 6 in my mailbox when I come home from work every day.
It turns people off. A lot of people, I go to the door, they're like, "Oh, we don't want that political shit." I'm like, "If you're a voter, throw it out."
Unfortunately, people are fucking crazy these days.
The difference between the 2 candidates is so polarizing. There's no way at this point in time, there's no one who does not know who they're voting for at this point.
Right.
You have a left-wing extremist in Gillum, and then you have DeSantis.
Well, I think lately it's most of the voting is people are just voting now the lesser of 2 evils. I mean, it's probably how it's been.
They're
for
both
a long
crooks.
time.
Who cares?
Right. I mean, it's just.
Rather
Well,
not.
let me put it this way,
It just
Jason.
depends on your lifestyle and what is good, what's in your best interest.
One of the things we all enjoy about living in South Florida, there's no state income tax. Do you want to start paying a state income tax?
Hell, fucking no.
Well, that could very well happen if this guy Gillum becomes governor.
Oh,
He's talked about implementing a state income tax.
Fuck.
Business taxes will go up. Yeah, they're economic implications.
It could be getting expensive here, like California.
Not quite that expensive, but
Could be bad.
why do you think all these pro athletes like to play in Florida? For one, in addition to the weather, there's no state income tax.
That's right.
That would fuck up business.
There's a lot more celebrities that move down here now too because of
That's
how
right.
expensive fucking California is.
Mm-hmm.
You can't beat the weather out there.
And look at California for a working man. They said you have a choice. You can either eat or
Be homeless.
live on the street, which people live in their trucks. They modify them because you're having 2 choices: live in an apartment or eat. So smart people choose to eat and live in a fucking truck.
Yeah, it's the homes are so fucking expensive.
And that's
like
because-
this house in this location, as close as it is to the beach in California, is probably $800,000.
And that's socialism.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Taking money from those that work, taking money from corporations to give it to people that are unproductive, such as most of your immigrants, your porch monkeys, your felons. What do felons
porch
do?
monkeys.
You can't get a job, so what do? You get on welfare. Then you're paying for them to be incarcerated, paying for them to get. And then and what happens when a felon has no free time on his hands? He commits more felonies. And the socialists love that.
Because once you're a felon, good luck getting a legitimate job.
So what do you have to do? You go on welfare and food stamps.
Or you do illegal shit off the books.
Like who?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Some people do.
You know any?
Cash is king.
Not anymore. If the government had it their way, they'd get rid of all cash. They want to fucking monitor every fucking step we take.
And it's going to happen.
Oh yeah, in the next
Gillum
30
getting
in the next
elected is
30
gonna
years.
put the wheels in motion.
Shit.
The next 30 years, there'll be no more cash, you don't think?
Even Ted Cruz in Texas is
There
only
will
up
be.
7 points.
It will be all cards then, right?
Texas is always a shoo-in for the Republican, and he's got a fight on his hands over there.
Texas.
Of course, you had Trump calling him Lion Ted the whole election 2 years ago, so the Democrats are throwing that in his face.
Of course. They're going to use anything they can.
Hillary Clinton.
Politics, man.
Did you hear about her being caught on tape saying all blacks look alike?
Yeah, I saw it. It was obviously meant to be a joke. Did you see the clip?
Yeah.
It just came out. But if a Republican had said that, or can you imagine if Donald Trump had said that? Forget it. You don't hear a peep from the liberals or Democrats when it comes out of Hillary's mouth. Not a peep.
So let's discuss the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting.
Is that close to where you lived?
Squirrel Hill, yeah. To go downtown Pittsburgh, you had to go through Squirrel Hill. It's a beautiful area.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
In between the ghetto and downtown Pittsburgh. I mean, it's right near the Hill District. It's a bad area.
How far away from it is
Oakmont?
Yeah.
The oldest person that guy
About 10
killed
miles.
was 97.
Wow.
What was the youngest? What was the youngest?
Most of them were in their 60s, 70s, 80s. It was 11 people.
And
Him and the pipe bomber. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't watch the whole thing. Did the guy surrender, or he didn't kill himself?
He got shot 3 times.
Oh, okay.
So him and the pipe bomber are in custody.
Correct.
Are they going to be they're going to get a life sentence or the death sentence, you think?
Well, the one in Pittsburgh is probably going to get the death penalty.
There's
I
a
don't
death
know what the
penalty
law is in
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. I have no idea.
I believe the death penalty does exist in Pennsylvania.
We
So what kind
definitely
of
get
death
charged
is it?
with
An
it.
electric
I'm
chair
sorry.
or
I'm sorry, Lord Vader.
lethal injection?
I don't think... Did they use the electric chair anymore?
think so.
I think it's considered inhumane. I think it's mostly lethal injection.
Inhumane to a murderer.
They put you to sleep, lethal injection.
Yeah.
They put you to sleep.
Little
Yeah,
shot
like
of-
you're going in anesthesia. Good night.
Little
Nice.
potassium chloride stops
And that's
the
what
heart.
they want. Matter of fact, I've heard all these inmates want to try to commit suicide. They love that thought. Strap me up and shoot me up. And you hear about the jackass that they want fentanyl? And then they're trying to say that is a way to commit suicide? Some fucking jackass wants to get high as hell before he dies, and they're actually
Absolutely.
trying to get that for that reason. Are you kidding me?
Crazy.
Well,
fuck.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Also, yeah, Whitey Bulger got killed in prison yesterday.
Yep.
Was he what was he, a mafia person? Back in when?
Philly, Irish.
Boston.
Back in when? In the 80s? Back in the 20s?
Isn't he the guy they made the movie The Departed after?
Correct. Loosely based on him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was also an informant.
Isn't
right.
it
How old was he? 88?
89.
That's a great movie. The Departed? Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it back in the
There's
20s?
another movie for you
Was
maniacs.
he in the mafia back in the 30s or the 40s, this guy?
No,
70s.
he wasn't that old.
60s, 70s, yeah.
Yeah, when
But
the
is it
mafia
a-
was
Just Google him.
not
Was the
like Al
mafia
Capone
was
or
it the
anything.
mafia in its mid power then?
Was it a true hit, or was it just people wanting to make a name for themselves saying, hey, I
What
killed
did he-
Whitey Bulger?
No idea.
What did he kill?
They
what did
caught the guy who did it. It was another mobster. He got beaten to death.
In the West, I think he was in a prison in West Virginia, actually.
Is this,
Correct.
how did this guy get in prison? He killed people or he murdered people?
You name it. Racketeering, murder,
Stealing money, laundering.
name it. He was guilty of
Part
it.
of the RICO Act.
Yeah.
He was like associated in 11 or 14 murders, some shit like that.
That's crazy.
He fled. They found him in Santa Monica, California. He was there for like 12 fucking years living, and they couldn't find him, and finally they did. He's only been in jail since, 2012?
I think so.
Some shit. I should be Googling instead of saying wrong shit. But
And I also like to mention about the
was
death
he poor
of,
or rich, this fuckhead?
I call him the Andrew Kalora of deadlifting, Konstantin Konstantinov.
Yeah, I saw Chris Bra posted
Yeah,
something
the raw
about that.
deadlift world record. That's without a belt.
What country was he from?
Russia specifically. I would want to say Ukraine, but I'm not sure. But he's ironically the same age as Andrew Kalora. Very intense individual.
Cause of death? Do we know?
Not at this time, but
Was he a monster?
yes, he was very explosive on the
look him
deadlift.
up.
Very intense,
How
did
old
some
was he?
unique
Same
movements.
age?
He was the same age as Andrew, and he's in the same category.
same age as
Being,
me,
you could
40.
say Andrew Kalora is the all-time best raw bench presser, And Konstantinov is the all-time best raw deadlifter.
Now, Jason, if you didn't block Chris Bra, you could see it on his Instagram page.
I'm not unblocking him, unfortunately.
But one of his sayings was he always went for his max attempt whenever he felt up to it, because he said tomorrow may never come. In his case, tomorrow is over with. So he has a point there. And our rest in peace to a true legend. Not like one of these pussy rappers getting shot or something like that. Everybody crying about it. I could care less. What are you listening to there, Brad?
You know what's funny is... Hold on, Brad.
No, you got
I was going to say, you know when you go online sometimes and you'll see these photo galleries of celebrities, you know, like celebrities at the beach, and there'll be like 20 pictures or whatever. I see some of these photo galleries online, and a lot of them will say rapper so-and-so, rappers. I've never heard of a single one of them, like G-Eazy or Lil this or Lil that. I don't know who any of them are.
Thank God.
You know, I'm a product of the 80s and 90s, so that's what I grew up
and you know what? Who
listening
cares?
to.
It's irrelevant. What the hell do they do? It's just complete blather. It's idiotic beyond belief. I mean, that's the ultimate cookie cutter vehicle right there. And me and Bradley were discussing. I saw this guy wearing
Bradley?
the
Did you
Jamaican
just call me
colors.
Bradley?
Yes, Sir Bradley.
That's not my name.
That's your English name.
No, it's not. I'm Bradford, not Bradley.
Oh, excuse me. Bradford. Sir Bradford.
Sounds better, doesn't it?
Maybe we can knight him on the next podcast.
There you go.
Why don't you wear a suit of armor on the post truck?
Well,
Maybe next time so you don't get shot. You'll be...
Get me when I wear it.
Go to
Get me when
PJ's house and get his suit of armor. I think...
Does he have one? Jason,
I think he does.
once he heard Pajama's name, he perked
Yeah,
up.
I saw.
He gets very intense. What's the matter? You can't talk about bother pajamas?
No.
Why don't you know how to spell brother?
I do know how to spell brother.
Spell it.
B-O-T... B-O...
B.
B-O...
B.O.
That's what you got.
B-O-T-H-E-R.
What about the first R? Where does it go? You left it out.
B-R-O-T-H-E-R.
Brother, correct. Like Brad said, bother.
Unbelievable.
Speaking of B.O., I'll admit it, I used to like the smell of Tamika's B.O. first thing in the morning.
Not I. Said the
Sort of
fly.
got me off a little bit. They don't call her Tamika Smelly for nothing.
It's such a shame because she was pretty good looking.
When someone smells that badly, are they aware of it?
She knew. Andrew,
How can't you know? Didn't he once say something
Koth
to her?
Andrew told her, and she said she can't help it. It's something in her pores, sweat glands.
I think
something
she said it was
eats.
her diet.
Yeah, some shit. Nah.
That's a good question. It's worthy of a Google.
It's called soap and water.
But there's a lot
Maybe
of
a little
factors
deodorant.
involved.
Exactly.
Lots of factors. Alcoholism causes it. Diabetes could cause it. A lot of factors involved. That's why you drink a lot of water, the less chance of that happening.
Jason, you were so good last week. You never went on your phone once, and now you're attached to it. Who's trolling you?
Nobody's
Or
It's actually better that he's on his phone, so then he'll shut the fuck up for a few minutes. We don't have to hear his
Or are these some very important financial transactions happening?
fucking
Part of it
ignoramus.
was.
Money, money, money.
Money.
Oh my god! It's Halloween tonight. Jason's gonna go trick or treating on the Ave and steal all the little kids' fucking candy.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal the dork's candy.
You're gonna extort some candy from the little children, Jason?
Yes.
What are you gonna dress up like?
Same shit I did last week.
What's that?
You don't want to know.
Anakin, you're gonna run around with your lightsaber?
Yeah.
You should put on the Darth Vader helmet too. Fuck it.
No, it's stupid. It doesn't match the costume.
Since when do you give a shit what matches? You fucking, fucking asshole.
Who cares?
By the way,
There you go.
thanks Hamburg for the shirt. You're a sick fuck.
Well, that's the one he sent you? Let me
Yeah.
see it. fancy. Did you wear that to the gym?
No, hell no. It's not very comfortable. It's a kind of fucking. It's too. I don't like the material.
Oh yeah, I don't like it either.
No offense, Hamburg. Hope you didn't pay more than $10 for the fucking thing. I used to love Halloween as a kid and look forward to this day.
Love.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
Fun. Here we go again.
Our local our local Winn-Dixie.
I'm gonna go. It's 8.
You want to leave?
Hold
Yeah,
on a
I
minute.
know.
Hold on a minute. I got to talk to you about something before you go.
Okay.
All right. Now, you got to understand, which we've told you many fucking times before.
What?
When you get trolled, we get the messages.
Yeah.
When you get trolled. Now, is there something you want to tell us?
No, I don't. I forget. I'm leaving.
That
I don't
means
wanna-
yes.
I'm leaving.
All
Goodbye.
right. I'm gonna
Jason goes
I'm
wrong.
gonna do you a favor.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do you a favor.
What?
You know, whoever this person is that you keep messaging is not a female.
I know.
The one that you send a Jack video to and pictures of your dick, thank you very much that they send it to me, asshole. It's not fucking fun. You're laughing. You think this is funny?
It's not funny.
Who is that? That's not a real girl.
No, it's not.
Whoa.
Did you know that?
It's not.
Looks like a girl to me.
Did you know that?
Unfortunately, not.
Let's see, Brad.
Look. Well, hold on.
No,
Some
please.
nice round
Oh,
butt cheeks.
there's more. There's more, Jason.
No, please. I can't look.
Look,
at it.
no. I want to show
Whoa.
you. Whoever this person is,
It's fake.
cut him the fuck off.
Yeah.
That's not the
Block,
real chick.
Block. Block.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because they're sending me all the texts that you sent them.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
What's this about the fecal matter thing, Jason?
No, we gotta go.
Jason, you
You're asking
naughty
her to-
boy.
No, get down. Sit down.
Jason, you're a real freak.
Who cares?
You wanted to shit on you?
Whoa!
They got you to send them dick pics and jerking off.
Whoa.
Why did you do that again? You don't even know this might be an underage person, man. It's not even
Well,
fucking
we've already
funny.
been down that road.
Right, we try to help you.
I know.
And you know these people are sick for wanting to see you jerk off.
They're very sick.
You know what does that say about them?
I don't know. Maybe they have sexual desires.
Yeah, but
That's normal.
you know, it's really not an accomplishment trolling Jason because he's a sucker.
Yep. Sucker.
But you got to stop, dude.
Yeah, I will. I gotta go.
Jason, you naughty boy.
Naughty boy.
Look again. Look, come here. Look at this. Why do I have to see this? Why do they got to send me that
Brad, let me
shit?
see. Oh, for fuck.
Let's see.
Damn it, Jason.
Let's see, Brad.
You want to see his penis? There you go.
Holy hell, Jason. You're really packing some heat.
He's obviously a grower, not a shower.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
Oh, they put it on Reddit. Huh? Come here. They
Now-
just this
now
guy
you're
just
famous.
Look, come here.
I'm leaving.
All right. Stop getting trolled. This hey underscore it underscore you underscore. Thanks. Did a great job trolling this moron. You don't get points for trolling Jason. He's too gullible. Unfucking believable.
Yeah, I'm seeing that shit now for the first time. You told me you were going to show it.
Go ahead. Look through this. This is shit that, it's fucking annoying.
But you heard him. Who cares?
Yeah, fuck it. Then he deserves
If he
it.
doesn't care, then why should we at
Yeah,
this
exactly.
point? I mean, how many
I care
times-
because I don't want them sending me pictures of this idiot jerking off.
Well, yeah, I guess. Let me read this. How many screenshots are there?
Oh, there's a fucking, I don't know. He sent me like 10 of those things.
This is nothing I haven't seen
Exactly,
before
it's the same
over the
shit,
last
right.
8 to 10 years. I don't even need to see this shit.
It's,
Been there, done that.
it's fucking ridiculous.
If Jason were to come to me, behind closed doors and say, "Look, Andrew, I have a problem. I tend to fall for shit. I need some help. I'm sick of this happening. Is there anything you can do to maybe help me out or set me up with somebody who can help me out psychologically, whatever?" I would be there for him and I would genuinely try to help him out. But he hasn't. He doesn't care.
Yeah. So why should we? You're right. Why the fuck should we? I just, I can't let that shit slide. I think that's why they know they send it to me. I'm going to say something to him. But he doesn't give a shit.
No.
It's fucking sad.
The conveyor belt just moves right along.
That's it. That's it. Don't you get... You're all quiet over there. You haven't gotten suckered into doing that shit, have you?
Well, I think Miss Twisty's a troll, so I called that out.
Yeah, but did you send her a fucking Jack video?
I would if I could.
Why can't you?
He doesn't know how to work that shit.
Thank God.
Thank God.
That's
You would be
probably a good
you would be
thing.
doing the same shit he's doing.
No, I'd be doing worse.
Yeah, I know. You gullible fucks.
Said something to...
Did he really say he wanted to get shit on?
Oh yeah, I'll show you.
He said
when we're
that?
done. Yeah, I'll show you when we're done. I
He
showed
actually
you.
said
Leonard was fucking
he
dying.
goes,
when
I hope
saw
it tastes good. He actually wanted to be...
It tastes good, nice, clean.
A chip off the old block, Lenny.
He's learning. You're a bad influence.
Well, it's been a while. I haven't had that done to me in a
You got
while.
yourself quite the protege.
He's probably texting that person now, lighting them the fuck up.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Why did you send stuff to
No,
Brad?
I don't think so. I think he gives zero fucks. He just got in his car and went to his next destination. I don't think it's gonna weigh on his mind one single bit.
But what I was saying before about Halloween, it was always fun in my neighborhood. The local grocery store would run out of eggs, shaving cream, toilet paper, because that's what we would do. People that would leave their lights off and pretend like they weren't home. Their cars got covered with shaving cream. Their houses got egged, and we'd throw toilet paper in their fucking trees. They used to do a thing, I think it was Mischief Night. It was like the night before.
They used to call it Devil's Night up north.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun in my neighborhood. I had a lot of nutcase friends. Get a bunch of shit in a bag, light it on fire, leave it on their doorstep.
Yeah.
Or somebody run up and knock on the door. When they answer, you out in the street throwing eggs in the fucking front door. And when you're all dressed up in costumes, they don't know who the fuck the kids are, you know?
And back then, no one had security cameras.
Exactly.
It was very different.
Those were the days.
Yeah, those were the
Can't
good
go
old
anywhere
days.
now without surveillance.
No cameras, no cell phones,
Yep.
nobody videoing shit. That's when you can have fun. Now you gotta always look over your shoulder. You gotta pretend like Big Brother's always watching you.
Speak for yourself, Brad. Big Brother's always watching me. Called God. I don't give a fuck to these cookie cutter humanoids with their cameras and go fuck themselves. And that includes you, Barack Obama.
That a boy, Leonard.
I wish they would have blown your ass all over that your fucking wall. You fucking creep.
He's done. What is
I don't
he
like
doing?
him mouthing off or even opening his damn skinny ass mouth.
Why? What did he say recently?
Do you see how sparse the crowd was at his rally in Las Vegas? I think 200 people showed up.
Oh, he had a
Yeah.
rally?
Yeah, it was
That's what you're
pathetic.
talking about? I do my best not to pay attention to this shit. It's such nonsense. I like flipping back and forth, though. Some nights I'll get in that mood where I'll flip between, like, Hannity or Tucker, and then Maddow and Chris Hayes are on at the same time. And you flip to one, they're talking shit about Trump. The other one's
Correct.
praising him.
Did you hear what Don Lemon said?
No.
You didn't see that? He was on CNN and he said the real terrorists in the United States are white men.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
Look
they
it up.
say
There's a video
white
clip of it.
supremacy.
No, he said white men.
White supremacy most dangerous. Yeah, yeah.
He said, what now?
Hey, let me find the clip. Hold on.
Yeah, I did hear that.
You did?
But that's nothing new. They all say that. And mark my words, there's already been an effort to throw white men in jail, give them jail time and prison sentences.
How do you feel about that, Leonard?
Well, that's the way the world works. I mean, what are you going to do? Lock them up. That's what they want to do. Lock them up and throw away the key.
Could we just play this again? We have to stop demonizing and recognize. It's not period. We have to stop demonizing. It's we have to stop demonizing and recognize. Listen to the beginning of this again.
So we have to stop demonizing people and realize the biggest terror threat in this country is white men.
Okay, so most of them white, most of them on the right.
That was a clip.
Yeah. Coming from a homosexual, but
That guy's a homo?
yes.
And his husband's white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's married?
Yeah.
Let me see who that guy is.
Don Lemon?
Yeah.
He's like the Tucker Carlson of CNN, basically. You know, he's like their poster boy.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I want to make sure.
And he gets away with it. He's a
Gets away with what?
making a comment. Actually, and I hate to say this, but it's true. The biggest terrorists in this country are black women. They're behind most of the problems.
Really?
Yes.
Go further. What makes you say that?
They hate black men.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
They'll have a kid with a black man, but then they'll have him kicked out of the house or whatever, ruin the family, control him, won't let him see his kids, rat him out so he gets locked up. They're very dangerous.
Huh.
Trust me. And some of them, the way they'll take out their hate for some of their babies' fathers on the kids. And I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good mothers out there that are black, but there's a lot of them that are very.
And that's your flavor.
Well, what is it a flavor of? It's a flavor of fornication. You know, it was always about doing my,
Yeah, but you always said you want to make babies with a 6'2" black woman.
Well, yeah, but she'd have to have a certain mindset. We'd be hard pressed to find one. Well, you know, there's some good ones in this country, but you know, they go along with that cookie cutter belief system.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to that.
All I can say is things in 20 years are going to be unbearable. It's going to be bad.
I think it's going to take longer than that to start seeing those kind of changes.
20 years goes by.
In order for the demographics to really shift into a completely different direction, I think it will take longer than that. Hopefully I'm checked out by then.
Yeah, right. You feel bad for my kids. The shit they're going to have to endure in 50 years.
They're going to be living
30 years, 40 years.
They're going to be living in projects with everybody else. They're going to put a mix of them, and there's going to be violence, and there'll be no guns, no way of protection. An older white guy will get jumped and beat the hell out of him. You know, nothing will happen. They'll say it's reparations. Bad things.
I hope you're wrong. All right.
Lousy standards of living.
The standard of living is going to go down.
Yeah.
Lenny, you're breathing so loudly right into the mic.
What does Lenny think about Rolly Winkler's physique? This is from Ferrari Boy.
It's a really freaky physique. He really almost looks inhuman. The fullness and roundness of his muscles are just tremendous. I don't know what to say.
Did you get my message about that show in Miami? Did you check it out?
Yeah, I didn't click on the website. I just looked at it. That's where you want to go next, Leonard. What is it? The NPC.
I was thinking about it. You know, maybe.
They don't really have any events. It's just
that's true.
plain
It's
old
a $70
show.
ticket just for the shitty prejudging.
No thanks.
The night
I'm
show
not
is like
driving to
100.
Miami and paying fucking. The night show's 100 something.
Well over 100.
Yeah, nah. To watch amateurs, not a fucking chance. That's another fucking racket.
What, bodybuilding shows?
Yeah, please. To watch a bunch of half of fags run around on stage in their fucking underwear. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
homos. Just ask Dale.
Yeah, Jay Masters isn't too happy about Dale
Dale still
sporting women's panties.
Dale still hasn't unblocked him. That's why Jay's upset.
Hopefully Jay saved the live stream we jumped in with him on where he was talking about that.
It's up for 24
Yeah, I
hours.
mean, I really thought that was really Cornelius's wife's panties. You know, I was really looking forward to
That was the idea.
sinking my teeth into that.
Be thankful it didn't go that far. You found out when you
Actually,
did.
they're really clean, and I specifically asked him to get the panties like they were in a hamper, like of a dirty clothes hamper.
You hear that, Cornelius? That's a special request for Leonard.
But
Grab a pair of your wife's panties out of the hamper.
hopefully
and
that'll
set 'em
be
down.
that's definitely on my wish list for the future. Then what I would do is preserve it to keep in a Ziploc bag.
I know you would too. You're not joking, you sick fuck.
There's one girl I used to rim her.
But that's a step up for you to actually want a real woman's panties. I'm
There's
proud
a
of
girl
you
I
for
used
that.
to rim. Her ass tasted like cauliflower. So what I would do is take cauliflower and chop it up and put in a Ziploc bag. And I used to jerk off with it. This was years ago, though. And inhale the cauliflower because it reminded me of it. It sit on my face.
Lenny, my question is, if you did have Cornelius's wife's panties like that,
Yeah.
preserved and soiled and like having
soiled.
I mean, it's a very disrespectful thing to tell a man that I admire. I'm actually wearing his jersey about his wife, but you know.
Which side of the panties would you want to smell, the front or the back?
I always go to the back first.
So then it can be feces is feces. It doesn't matter whose ass it comes out of.
Well, if I know it's coming from hers, it's a whole different ball game. You plant the face to the ass to the smell.
You make
That's the key.
I get it. It's like the muscle-mind connection, but it's like the shit nasal connection.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad Cornelius isn't as sensitive as Dale is.
He's got a good sense of humor about this shit.
You hear that, Dale?
Well, I kind of think.
Lighten up and unblock the bully.
And somebody asked if I'd be a cuck. Yeah.
You'd be a cuck for those two? You'd like to sit in the corner and watch, Leonard?
I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted me to do that.
Well, when we go visit them, maybe you could
And film it.
propose
Just imagine
that.
the mints.
I don't think they would ever let that happen.
Right in the gym.
I want to know if you could take Jason to the gun range again for another classic video.
If I drive down to Delray, can I get a workout with you, Misfits? From Antonio J. DeVito. All anybody ever has to do who's coming to our area is message me or message Brad, and we make ourselves available to anyone who ever wants to, whatever. Go to Brews Room, watch fights, go to the gym. Just let one of us know when you're going to be here.
Why is the Halloween video down? Did Jason take that down?
No, YouTube took it down. He was trying to explain it to me.
Wow.
Jason and I were texting each other when I was at work, and I said, I'm like, did you take the Halloween video down? I said, no, YouTube took it down. And I'm like, why? He said, let me read what he texted me. Hold on.
Fucking YouTube.
He wrote,
We got to get that Patreon up and running. Hopefully by the weekend, Maniacs, we'll have that up and running.
it got locked. LOCKED. Stupid YouTube crap. I said, what do you mean locked? YouTube does now. If don't type right. I think he was telling me about how if you don't type in the name of the title of the video correctly, they can take the video down. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Well, then all his videos will get taken down.
Yeah.
He didn't spell anything properly. Why didn't you go to the Halloween party, Bard? Because I was with my family. Sunday is family day for me.
Sunday was insane asylum day for me.
Yeah.
That video, the Halloween video I did at Jason's house the other night would have and probably could have been a lot better.
Oh, you went to the party?
Yeah, we did it.
How was it?
It was all right. The problem was the only person who was willing to be filmed was that guy Brian, the security guard looking dude. You know, he looked like the guy from Pulp Fiction.
I remember him from the old World
Right.
Gym.
He's very cool. He played along. You know, he was a lot of fun on camera. And everyone else did not. They said, no, don't film me. I don't want to be on social media. No.
Was it the same crew from 2 years ago?
A few new faces. There was this one old man who was dressed as a pimp. And off camera, he was hysterical. But as soon as I would try to film him, it made it very hard. I worked with what I had. And
Was the Haitian sensation there?
No,
That's why I asked him.
Miss Cleo wasn't there.
That's what happened tonight at the gym. Johnny Love was there again, and Jason was filming. He's like, "You with that fucking camera? Don't fucking film me. I'll take that camera and ram it up your fucking ass."
That's what I meant to tell you today. Damn it! I knew I forgot to tell you something. When I went to L.A. and Boca this morning, you know Kojak. I must have spent 30 minutes hanging out with that guy and talking to him today.
No shit.
Yeah, he came up to me. He goes, "Let me ask you a question. Whatever happened to that guy who comes here and films? The actor, the actor who does the filming with you?" I'm like, Jason Genova? He's like, yeah. Well, I'm like, yeah, he still works out. He's like, does he still work at the grocery store? I'm like, yeah. And we started talking about Jason. We talked about a whole bunch of shit. He was actually fairly normal.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's usually a real jerk off. I filmed, you might have saw him on my story the other day. He was the one doing like the just like pulling the weight a little bit.
Yeah.
Got a few screws loose.
What the hell's that?
He always has a lot. He used to always have a lollipop in his mouth. He's bald, so I called him Kojak. He used to growl at people.
He used to work out at our old world gym, and he would walk by people and try to pick fights. He'd stare at you, and he would literally growl. He'd bump into you when he would walk by you. But back then, he actually had some size.
Now he's just a frail old prick.
Yeah, limps. You can blow on him, and he'll fall over.
Well, that's what you need in a gym to get people fired up and woke up over there.
What do you think about chemtrails, Leonard? He's staring at me, not knowing what the fuck I just said. Leonard doesn't know.
Thought about it.
Leonard doesn't know anything about chemtrails because they're a farce anyway.
Whoa, look at that fag. You need to start asking some shorter questions. I appreciate the fact that you took the time to type all this.
Holy
shit. You see that?
shit,
Every
man.
week he writes a dissertation for Lenny.
Yeah, you're getting spoiled because we're reading your questions
Right,
every week. But
right.
goddamn, dude.
Can Andrew take Jason to the gun range again like the classic video? I would do that again in a second. I haven't been to that gun. Actually, I think that may have been the last time I went shooting. Now that I think, yeah, I would take him again. If we're filming, he'll definitely go.
When did you start lifting, Brad, and why did you start? I started lifting back when I lived in Vegas. When I was 18. I stopped skateboarding. I wanted to get into lifting, but it was, I lifted a lot up until my son was born, and then I stopped for a while. Then I would go to the gym 2-3 nights a week. It was always an issue with the ex. Then my daughter came along. I stopped lifting again. After every kid, I stopped working out for 6 to 9 months, and then we get back into it. So I was never like consistent for a long period of time until, they grew up a little bit. And that's why I started going to the gym very early, because they would be sleeping, and I could go to the gym and then go to work, and they wouldn't even know.
Dylan Banter has a question for you, Lenny, and this is one that I get a lot in DMs, and I think Brad does too.
Wake up, fuck.
Yeah, you're a little sleepy. You all right?
Fine.
We'll wrap it up soon.
Shit, I just lost it. Dylan Banter. When will Lenny lay off the drugs so he can get better? His gut makes him look fat, not muscular like he used to be.
My dosages are reduced.
Temporarily or permanently?
My gut, it might look fat, but it's not. And you can come over here and put your finger in it. It'll get lost in the separation of the abdominals.
Question for Lenny and Brad. Who are the best players in the NFL today, if you guys had to say? And do you guys like the Dallas Cowboys? From the real Jamie Christmas. Best player in the NFL.
Best player in the NFL.
It's hard to say because you got defense, offense, quarterback.
Yeah,
It's not like basketball where you can just say it's LeBron or Kevin Durant.
I think it's Todd Gurley. What do you think, Leonard?
That's a good question. I would say the defensive lineman for the Rams.
They just got another good one from fucking Jacksonville.
Wow, and they still have your buddy Sue from the Dolphins.
Donkey Kong Sue.
Yeah. Devastating.
Yeah. Dolphins are still paying him some money, fucking idiot.
What?
Here's a fake troll, Brad's ex-wife. That's not even her face or her real name, but that's funny. Question for Andrew: can you please check Brad's pockets or car for my alimony check?
Merciless.
These people are
no
sick.
mercy.
I paid alimony for 32 months, and that was the deal. Actually, in the state of Florida, you're not even required to pay alimony. But I did. Hey, it's worth every penny getting away, splitting from her. But that's another story.
It's like an annuity. Let me use his pussy for a few years and then keep paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lenny used up all of his mental energy in the live feed in the car.
No,
You're right? You just...
He's
Yeah.
trying to be respectful and talk one at a time.
Yeah,
I can see what he's
working on
doing.
that.
Fair enough. You want some steak or are you good?
You have steak?
Yeah, I texted you today.
Yeah.
You want it now or do you want to take it home?
You wouldn't mind if I take it home, dude. That sounds awful
Of course
rude.
not.
But
It's delicious.
thanks.
It's an Asian store. It's from the restaurant. It's good.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Ask the chocolate golem if he's kept Dale's panties.
It's all in my Misfit collection.
Lenny keeps everything that you guys send, so keep sending. It's 759 P.O. Box 7593 Delray Beach
Cornelius.
33482.
You know what to send me too. I'd appreciate it.
You hear that, Cornelius? You got our P.O.
With
Box.
all due respect, of course, I just hate to say it, but then there's a side of me.
Well, if you couldn't get it from his wife, who would be second on the list? Can you think of anyone?
Well, I'll stick with the fitness and fitness world. I would say,
I almost got Jane's at the Halloween party. Let me tell you.
I'm sure you did.
I would say I'd like Carla Dunlap's.
I could have if I wanted. I think.
So
65-year-old
if
panties.
by some miracle we ever get her on the podcast, you can ask her to leave her panties before she leaves. I fucking dare you.
Ask her to stick it in my mouth. I'll swallow them.
My buddy told me to message her. He said she's very open and easy to
She's open to
conversing with
perversion.
people.
Does she have an Instagram?
I don't know. He said she messages mostly through Facebook. Of course, now 20 trolls are going to create fake Carla Dunlap pages
There you
on
go.
Facebook.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the fucking problem.
Try to bait us.
We're not as gullible as Jason, sorry. Oh, Granny Figs is back.
What did he say? Or do I need to interpret it?
Yeah, it's...
Un puto Nate, that means bitch Nate. Coma back to mi casa, I mean came back to my house. He call me and tell me he no love leech novia no mas. He love the novias now. Por favor, I need uno. Where the hell did it go? Por favor, I need uno help to get medicina. I think you guys can pretty much figure that out. Please come to the Coco Creek to help. I guess he means Coconut Creek.
Jesus Christ. This one said she just trolled Jason. He said if I come over, he will buy me a Lamborghini. Oh, fucking believable. Just Sukraj Singh just wanted to say to keep up the good work and videos. Lenny, thank you for being our Misfit president and telling us about your life. Andrew, thanks for being the cameraman. Brad, thanks for verbally abusing Lenny and motivating him. Jason, thanks for nothing.
Hey, thank Brad for being the cameraman too, because it always seems like anytime there's something that we have organized to film, I always end up having to work. So thank Brad too.
You get stuck at work and I just call in sick.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, it's for the men's. I know they appreciate it, even though they break balls.
I wish I could film all this shit that I don't get to film. Believe me,
It's fun, but it's also, it can be a pain in the ass. Like that whole NWO thing was a pain in the ass because I felt, when they told me no cameras or phone, I'm like, fuck, now I got to sneak it.
Yeah, that's a
and
mood killer.
And it's so much harder to sneak it than to just be able to. Right. And they saw me with the camera, and I got some fucked up looks. It was just, you saw the clips I did. It could have been so much better. That's where I think I was more frustrated about. Because I think Hogan would have fucked around with us if it was that kind of setting. Like if they weren't trying to control everything.
Once you hone your filming skills enough, you'll learn and figure out ways to film without people knowing you're doing it, or to do it as discreetly as possible. Like I know certain locations on my body where I'll hold the camera. Like one place I'll hold the camera, I'll hold it like right underneath my chin, and keep my elbow tucked. Like I do that now. If I ever film LA Fitness videos, which I don't do much of these days, unfortunately, just because we all go at different times. That's one of the things that I'll do. And use as small a camera as possible.
Brad, I think you're being a little bit hard on those guys. I knew they would do that. I don't expect them to do much more.
Yeah, but Leonard,
there's other people there. If you go to everyone to give that kind of undivided attention, you're going to have people feeling left out.
I understand that. I understand what you're saying.
What did you want them to do?
No, but maybe mingle with us a little more. There wasn't a lot of people there. Like I said before, if it was packed with a lot of people.
Define mingle. What's mingle?
Like Hulk Hogan did in Port Charlotte.
Talk to us.
Right.
Not just here. Take a picture. Put up your hand. Okay, now you can leave.
Acknowledge you mean?
Basically. I mean, he acknowledged us to a certain extent, but it wasn't like... They could have done more because the thing was till 8 o'clock. At 7:15, they were done with everybody.
You want to know what he means by mingle? Anytime you're out someplace and a fan or a maniac comes all the way to Florida, you make yourself so available. Look at what you did at the Olympia Expo. We had a bunch of maniacs following us around the expo. You took that kid's glasses and you tried them on.
Yeah, we didn't tell him to buzz off if you're not paying or whatever the fuck.
I just don't like the cookie cutter term mingle.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you a question, Brad. If the man from the Los Angeles Lakers had a meet and greet, I think you'd be really excited. I think you would pay top dollar.
Absolutely not.
If he was in Delray,
absolutely
you would be
not.
there in a heartbeat.
Nope.
With all your old Miami Heat memorabilia.
You're wrong.
LeBron Heat jersey?
I hate to say the guy's name. I'm not going to say it.
I don't have one of his jerseys.
I'm never going to say it.
I'm not a jersey person.
Because you burn them like the rest of
I didn't burn them. I just...
Cookie cutters that got upset when he left Miami.
Next time you come over, you can check...
you burned them, of course.
No. You could check my closets for any... You will not find one fucking jersey in there. I'm not a jersey person.
I saw you on a clip recently wearing a Miami Hurricanes jersey, and you were wearing a gold chain.
That wasn't a jersey. That was a shirt that had a gold chain printed on it.
That was when we were at
printed on. That was a real gold chain.
No, it was not. No, it was not.
I meant to really rip into you, too.
It's the turnover chain.
Show them the picture. It's on your Instagram.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's not. That wasn't a real chain. That was.
It was like it to me.
I'll show you the shirt. I'll wear it next time.
Did you wear chains around your neck in high school?
No, actually, I didn't. I'm not a jewelry person either. You don't. When have you ever seen me with a necklace?
I saw you with a chain and a Miami Hurricane.
When have you ever seen me with
a chain that looks like a chain? When am I going to say it was?
When have you seen me with a chain or a necklace, a watch, a ring, earring? I don't have anything.
I remember you in the gym talking about clear as day, way back when they said it's going to be great to have Wade and that other cookie cutter and the other cookie cutter and the one cookie cutter whose mother was selling drugs out of his own house going to be on the front court together. This is going to be great. I remember you saying that, plain as day.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean okay. That doesn't mean I'm going to pay top dollar to go meet him and get a fucking signature.
What the fuck am I listening to in a gym? That was the most disgusting thing I ever did when they signed those guys and they had a big spectacle of it.
That was
they never
stupid.
even started.
I agree with that.
And
spectacle.
all the Miami Heat.
There was no need for all that shit.
And
I agree.
You know
with you
what? The porch monkeys and such who I work with, all wearing their Heat jersey, and then they had White Knight wearing all the white
hot. Yeah,
it was just
the bandwagon.
It made
fans.
me sick to my core.
Where are they now? They can't sell out a fucking game now. That's how it is down here.
It made me sick to my core.
You see how it is in Florida. The South Florida teams, all the Miami teams, it's all fair weather fucking fans.
Right. I come from Pittsburgh. They cry tears when the Steelers lose.
Yeah.
When I was up there on vacation,
Well, see,
you go to the grocery stores, everyone has a Steelers shirt on Friday or Saturday, the day of the game. Everybody. People put stuff on their house. It was even more severe than when I left there. I mean, I would say it's cookie cutter, but these fans down here.
Well, your team has actually won in the last 40 fucking years.
Yeah.
The Dolphins haven't. They've been mediocre forever.
And by the way, I saw your boy Jeremiah Pells at Publix.
Oh, did you see him?
Yes. Said, how about them Dolphins?
Marco, yeah, he's a big Dolphin fan.
He's actually bigger, and he's natural, and he's got veins in his arms. I actually saw him at Planet Fitness.
Yeah, he goes to Planet. I saw him there once.
Brad saw Joe Girardi at LA Fitness.
Yeah.
You saw him?
In Delray. Yeah.
When?
It was like 2 weeks ago. I was there on my off day. I was there I got there at 11:30. He was there.
Boca.
He's working out right by me. I was going to get a pic with him, but he was doing his set. I'm not going to fuck with him while he's working out. And then
it's worse than Hogan. He didn't even mingle. Like you said, why didn't you call him out?
He wasn't there for a meet and greet, asswipe.
If he's there, he's a public figure.
He's there to work out.
He's there, a public figure. He should at least take the time to recognize.
I think if I would have went up to him, he would have probably talked to me. I don't think he would have said, get away from me, but I didn't want to fuck him.
I have friends on Facebook who have taken pictures with him at the one in Delray. Yeah. So he's obviously amenable to taking pictures with people in the gym.
But I was going to grab him and get a picture. As he was walking out, he was on his phone, so I wasn't going to interrupt him. But he's in fucking great shape. I don't know how old the guy is.
When he was a catcher, he was put together, man. He was built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah, he still has some good size for an old man. I don't know how old he is, but he's definitely over 50. All right, let's go through some more comments and we'll get the fuck out of here.
That's right, I'm missing the Knicks-Pacers game. So.
Oh, my God. Don't say it isn't so.
I'm saying it.
Oh. I think looking at porn is more productive because you're going to get, your testosterone release and with a sexual stimulation. If I want to watch black men, they're going to have a pretty face, tits, and an ass.
God.
And I actually proposed, if I was like a New World Order type of leader, I would propose there would be no more all black babies born with a penis would have to turn into, the feminine side with it. It'd be mandatory, like a certain age, they have take hormones and such, and plastic surgery if necessary, and how to take care of. So no black men would exist. You would have black women and transsexuals.
All right.
And they could impregnate the black women.
Yeah, okay.
So I could never see a black man's face again. And I think a lot of people would agree with me. They would be very happy about that.
All right, here's one from Howie B73. If I'm not too late, I'd like to know what kind of info Lenny has on this mass celebration of Satanism and whether or not he was allowed to trick or treat as a kid.
I was actually up until the age of 12 or 13. Satanism.
What would you wear? What was your costume?
One year I was Spider-Man. So was Logan Palumbo this year, I see. Good choice. I actually dressed up the last year I dressed up like a girl.
That's a shocker.
And I don't know why I did, but...
That was at Jane's party.
No, it was when I was 13. The last year I trick-or-treat, I dressed up like a girl. And actually...
How? Would you wear a skirt? What'd you do? Wear boots?
Yeah, I had... I think my sister's
And that's why it was your last year doing it.
And I was...
the fuck out of you.
Like a skeleton one year.
Your father let you dress up like a girl?
Actually, he told me he did that for Halloween once, so that's why I did it.
Here?
And we go locally around the neighborhood, come in with a bunch... I always like the peanut butter cups. Went with my brother and my sister.
Reese's peanut butter cups are the fucking best.
Yeah.
Here's a good question. Sean Mednikov, question for Andrew. Do you miss the old glory days when you first started getting involved with Janoi and he had that fire for bodybuilding. Absolutely, I do. Also, it seems as if the dynamic of what the Misfits were has changed. It's just you, Brad, and Lenny nowadays, sometimes Jason. Back in the day, it was a whole host of wacky characters making frequent appearances on camera. And I miss that. That's what made it great. We don't have that in the gym camaraderie anymore with the same group of 7 or 8, 9 people. We were all at the same gym at the same time every single morning, and it made it so easy to just go in there with a camera and capture the magic. And it's everyone's in different places now. We're all scattered.
Different times, different places.
And I mean, think of, like, you know, when people bring this up to me, I use the show The Walking Dead as the example. When you first watch when you watch the first episodes of The Walking Dead, it was amazing. Now, it's not. It's barely watchable now. And I go back and watch the old episodes that we filmed. Those were magical with everybody in the old world gym. As soon as that gym closed, I knew nothing would be the same. And thankfully, Brad, Lenny, and I, and Jason, we're all friends, and so we all try to keep it going. Some of us still do speak to others, but we don't do filming with them. It's too hard to do without the presence of a gym where we all are, where there are no rules, where we can do whatever we want. There's no manager around. There's no filming policy. It was a very magical time. That gym was basically like our own TV studio. You know, we ran the place. Go back and enjoy the old videos, because there will never be anything like it again. For all the maniacs and witnesses who yearn for that, it's...
It always gets... everything metamorphosizes and changes.
Yeah, you got to evolve. I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
That wasn't going to last forever.
I mean, I'm still going to be the same person, not, trying to follow the trends and be a pretty boy or a cookie cutter or
We'd like to
a
film
label.
Shit in the gym. It's just hard because we're not all there at the same time. We don't, what would you say?
I think we feel pretty safe and comfortable filming in LA Fitness at this point. We don't really have problems.
Because it's so
filming.
rare, I hate to say it.
Yeah, they don't. We got some side looks today, but not many. The guys that were around us knew who we were anyway, so they didn't really give a shit. But it only takes one person to get offended or pissed off that they might show up on camera on a video.
Remember that one woman when we first started filming at the LA Fitness who yelled at us when we were filming with Jason?
I don't want to be in your stupid fucking video. She was a real twat. And Andrew's like, don't worry, I'll edit you out. You don't have to worry. You're stupid shit or whatever you're doing. I don't know. She was real fucking nasty. And that's when we kind of scaled back a little bit because we didn't want to get our... That was, we didn't want to get our memberships.
Yeah, you were fresh off getting booted out of the Palm Beach gym.
Exactly. We're like, what the fuck? After LA Fitness, where are we going to go? I mean, I could go to 24-hour fitness. You don't like it there?
Fuck no.
Really? How come? I've never been in there.
Go in there and you tell me.
Yeah?
I love that gym till they canned me.
What, 24-hour they canned?
Yeah, the one in Boynton Beach.
Why?
Yeah. I filmed a video with Jason there, and I knew they had a no filming policy, and I was just saying some things on camera. I'm like, I know I'm not supposed to be filming, but we don't care, and I put the video on Jason's YouTube channel. It was a typical Jason workout, just like one of his old school videos, and then we did the thing where he's sitting in the handicap chair. He's like, I'm in this stupid fucking handicap chair. It was funny video.
Oh, is that where he's by the pool?
Yes.
That was I've seen people have sent me clips of that.
That's
I didn't know
that's a 24-hour fitness. And then 2 weeks after we uploaded that video to Jason's channel, I get a phone call. Yes, hi, is this Andrew? I'm like, yes. Did you film a video and post it on YouTube? I'm like, I couldn't deny it. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, we're you violated our filming policy. We're terminating your membership. And the first thing out of my mouth was, well, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to film. They're like, yes, you do. You said it in the video. I'm like, fuck. Shit. I'm like, you idiot. I'm like, so I wrote them a really nice letter, a long letter. I'm like, I apologize. I used poor judgment. please let me make amends. I really regret what I did, and I would love to rejoin your gym. It means so much to me to be able to work out there. I put together a really nice letter. I got no response. I waited about 6 months. I wrote a second letter. I got a call back from, I think it was like a district manager. He said, well, we'll look into your case and we'll let you know. I never heard back from him again. And then I was like, fuck it. And that was that. This is back in 2012, I want to say.
I didn't know that.
I missed that gym. I don't know what it's like now. Maybe it's gone to shit, but back then it was great.
What didn't you like about it?
Too many black men, not enough black women.
But from an equipment standpoint, that's a good gym.
But it's 24 hours.
Yeah, I had some good workouts there. I used to go there. When the hell I used to get in there free. What the hell?
And their basketball court was out of this world.
You probably have a membership there and you don't fucking realize it. Just like Palm Beach Gym, you goddamn dope.
Yeah, I got to cancel that.
Jason still goes
that one
there.
Annoying cunt that's there. I'd never join that one that's there in that gym. She's so fucking annoying.
Yeah, I was disappointed with that Palm Beach Gym. It could be so much better. The equipment's just too
Bringing
close.
the fucking
too close
karate
together.
fags.
Too close together, and they have that
rolling
whole...
around with their geese like a bunch of fags.
That's fine. Just go in the other room because there's
useless skills they'll never use.
Yeah, but there's
unless they want men fucking rubbing ass together.
You're talking about the jiu-jitsu fighters in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a
Didn't that used to be the Black Zillion camp where that gym now is?
Jackow, I think. Yeah. But they have a whole nother room that was like a basketball court, but it's not. And they could put that in there and do it in there, and then spread the equipment out a little bit so you have some room to work out. I mean, you stand up in next to those machines and you're bumping in.
There's Kimbo.
It's just not a good setup, and it's too expensive for what they have.
I'm going to go to see the Black Zillion trannies with my buddy Felipe from Orlando. He's going to take me to the good spots.
You hear that, Felipe? You're on the hook now.
Who's Felipe?
You're taking Leonard to Brazil. The guy that hosted us at the Big Easy.
We ate on the house. I mean,
is he Brazilian?
He was great, yeah.
Everything
real
was on
nice
the house.
guy.
Thanks again.
Brazilian just elected a very right-wing new president.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Where they
like a Brazilian Donald Trump.
Talking about they shoot a lot of the guys.
Yep.
All right, Trevor.mo at the Delray Misfits is Lenny aware that Dorian Yates shouted him out on his last IG Live?
No.
He said he's heard of him. What a freak.
No shit.
Better, at least he didn't say I never heard of her.
Wonder if that's on YouTube someplace.
It's probably on his... I don't follow him on Instagram. Maybe it's in his... Somebody send that clip.
Any comments, Dorian? I always liked your blood and guts training tape. I always liked your serious style and when you went to the gym. Very
You follow
intense.
some of his routines, don't
Yeah,
you?
I liked Dorian, yeah. Hard as nails on stage. And he tore his muscles up bad, though. But he showed that training is about heavy tension and then causing it, resting it to grow. Very simple, basic. Dorian's bodybuilding style was basically one paragraph. Sums it up, and that includes his PED use. And everyone thought he was taking something secret. No. It was intense, heavy training, sleeping on, never missing a meal, and he never went to bed after 11 o'clock for like 12 years, and he never had a sip of alcohol. Dave Palumbo, too. When he was competitive, not even a sip of alcohol went through his lips.
No kidding.
It's discipline.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's not too disciplined for me not to swallow any rot gut alcohol anytime soon, to tell you the truth. It takes discipline for me not to suck down any 10 piss. Not to me, that's hard.
It always comes back to that.
No to vodka, yes to 10 piss. How can I argue with that flawless logic?
Yeah, I guess that troll put Jason's little video on fucking Reddit. So I guess he blocked him. Good. I just, what's...
Wait, there's a video as well as the picture?
Oh yeah, there's a video.
You
of
didn't
him,
show me
There's
that.
a video of him jerking.
Do you
off.
have that?
Oh yeah, you want to see it?
Not particularly.
Is that the one
Sound
who's
like
using the
is that a Freudian slip?
three finger
Yeah.
technique?
They call
Yeah,
it,
Leonard watched it.
They call it the gunting. Is there a gunting goat this time
He
around?
wasn't. No,
or
he wasn't squealing.
I guess that's an improvement. Where do you have it there?
It's in this. Look at all this shit. This is all text that Jason has sent this so-called
Where's the
Freudian
clip?
bitch.
Oh God.
He'll never fucking learn. I just don't know why anybody would want him to do that. Like, what do you...
You know, to all the trolls out there who enjoy trolling Jason, you don't always have to take the bounce pass for the layup. I don't know how else to put it.
It's just too easy.
Find yourself a harder, more challenging target. Really. I mean, come on. Jesus. I didn't need to see that.
Yeah, we were talking about that at the gym today. You know, how easy is it to try? It's not even a challenge to troll
No.
Jason into doing that shit.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's sick, too. But I told Jason today, too, I'm like, if you're going to do that kind of shit, go on G4P and at least get fucking paid for it.
Exactly.
Because you obviously don't care. I mean, if it's you don't know that it's a real woman, he likes to think it is, but it's just, I don't know, whatever. He'll never fucking learn.
God. He doesn't want to learn. He doesn't care. And if he doesn't care, why should we? I don't know how else to put it.
Oh, well. That's it. We try to help him.
The analogy I've always used over the years is the cat jumping on the furniture. You have a cat jumps on the sofa, you spray it with a water bottle. The next day, the cat jumps on the sofa again, you spray it with the water bottle.
So that's what you're doing to Kimbo, Andrew, spraying with a water bottle? Oh.
The next day, and you can spray the cat with the water bottle 20 days in a row, and he'll still keep jumping on it. For after a while, you just say, fuck it, let him jump on the furniture.
And by the way, for the people that are asking for us to have Chuck the cat abandoner on, we were told by one of his coworkers that he will never come on the podcast. But he listens to us. So shout out to Chuck, the cat abandoner. As Lenny likes to call him, Chuck the schmuck.
We have a vacant microphone right here for you,
Chuck, you know you're welcome.
You're one of us.
Fucking time.
Always.
Yeah. Come on in. We'd love to talk to you.
Why don't you have a seat over here, Chuck?
So with the SPCA.
PETA.
Come defend yourself, Chuck. Tell us the whole story. I'm sure we don't
should
know.
invite him over and have like 10 members of PETA here. You know?
With guns drawn.
Yeah.
Or some stray
And
cats.
put one of those devices where they take stray dogs, put it around his neck, and drag him out of the house.
I mean, leave
And
it.
go dump him in the Everglades in some alligator-infested swamp.
He should have at least left it behind a Chinese restaurant so people could get some benefit off it. Little protein.
Come on, Brad. I eat there almost every single day.
Yeah, I guarantee you've
Kingdom
eaten cat and
Buffet.
dog.
That's not the one on Boynton Beach Boulevard, is it? You go further
Lake
north?
Worth Road.
Okay.
He's up in Lake Worth.
Down the road.
same.
Down the street.
The one on Boynton Beach Boulevard.
That's all right. All right. Any shout outs? Let's finish up.
I want to give a shout out to each and every one of these maniac Instagrammers who I wake up every morning and I find myself, I don't know where the fuck these people live. I wake up every morning and I find myself tagged in so many of these different pictures. So let's see who we have. We have Bradley Melman. We have Lenny Person's Last Erection. We have Dale Stickshift. We have Gorilla Juice. We have Grape Gorilla. We have Mentstone Labs. We have VC Only. I think that's his name. Hang on. VC Only. Let me look.
ZC.
Oh, is it ZC?
ZC.
ZC Only. My bad. Oh, sorry, Lenny. I'm not supposed to say that. I said my bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you corrected yourself
Yeah,
before
I
I could
caught it.
realize it.
You're
You're on the ball.
You
You
can
need some behavior modifications.
No, he corrected himself.
Andrew.
I mean, that's beautiful.
You can admonish me after the
We should do like a meme of the week.
Gorilla. Did I say Gorilla Juice? If I'm not,
Yeah.
Gorilla
Some porch monkey actually said it to me at the gym today. me and Jason just went right in on him.
He was the one wearing a
curls.
Redcon shirt. He knew us.
Yeah,
I talked to him a little bit when I was.
We
squatting.
just went right in. We didn't ask if he's wheezing or not, and he went to use it. I sat down. He goes, you know what? I was like, oh God.
And we also have drink, piss, suck, girl, cock.
There you go.
All separated by underscores.
That's a man that knows how to have fun.
That's another one.
Yeah, that's what I do for fun.
So
Fun.
all you guys keep
Fun.
up with
That's
the
Dick
fun.
in your mouth is fun.
Yeah. When you're looking up to
that's why anything you say, I can't.
when you're looking it
I
up
won't
to
take
what it's
offense
attached
to.
to there, big boy.
There you go. There you go. There you have it, folks. Maybe we'll implement some of that shit on the Patreon, like a meme of the week. We'll send, do a giveaway for the meme of the week. Send them a shirt or something.
And if I could mention to support, as always, buy researchliquids.com, New World Nutritionals, and Chance Apparel for the lovely outfits that I got.
PurchasePeptides.net.
Thanks, Dale.
How about Cameo.com? Leonard's we got to do a few, actually. We've been ramping it up lately. They're always good, too. He always gets good reviews.
Okay.
Yeah, I think your average score is like a 4.8 out of 5. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're enjoying them.
Good.
So anybody out there that needs some behavior modifications, inspiration...
Don't say motivation, humanity.
Nah, we're not about that shit. Well, maybe motivation. I don't even know what humanity is. No one has humanity.
And anybody that knows any
Especially hypocrites don't have
black
any fucking
female
humanity.
bodybuilders, figure competitors, bikini competitors that want to sit on my face, let me know.
There's gonna be a line.
Full
out there.
body weight,
That's
full
right.
body weights.
That's right.
I'm all ready for challengers in that regard.
Also, we're gonna thank Adam McLeod again for the meet and greet that he set
Thank
up.
you for the Modern Day Winston Churchill. We're still a sort of a standstill with the Christina meeting, but something will pop up. I know it.
We're gonna go out with the
What?
theme song to Chance Estates.
Oh, perfect.
You ready to sing along, Leonard? I'm sure you know this tune. After the fucking ad plays.
A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is black gold, Texas tea.
And the first thing you know, Dale Chance a millionaire. So said, Dale, move away from there. California is a place you ought to be. But Dale said, fuck you, because North Carolina is a place for me.
That is swimming pools, movie stars.
Koi ponds, can hunts, personal gas stations. Chance Apparel.
It's too bad that's not longer. Like Dale sits on the porch with a banjo like this,
Yeah.
and playing it.
Yeehaw, Dale!
Actually, his staff plays it. Dale doesn't lift a finger on there, I heard. Except sometimes he cracks the bullwhip, from what I've heard.
Good night.
All right, good night, maniacs.
Good night, Christina.
Good night, Dale.
You
That's never over
Bitch.
with. It's going to happen.